Kevin Keane is my name. I'm representing an Irish NGO. I'm one of the very few representatives of an NGO that's been lucky enough to gain access to this part of the conference. And I suppose my question really is for the panel, but specifically for you, Mr. Sharma. And I wonder if you could speak to the frustrations that the NGOs from across the world have been voicing in terms of access and inclusion in this COP. You know, Greta has described this conference as, quote, the most excluding COP ever. And really that's borne out through my experience and the experience of my colleagues on the ground, you know, between blanket exclusion from the negotiation process, severe limitations on access to accreditation for the blue zone, and really an incredible emphasis on corporate partnerships rather than the elevation of civil society and grassroots organisations. Meanwhile, the NGOs are exiled to the green zone, which is about 1,000 miles from any meaningful sphere of influence. And I suppose I wonder if you could speak to or respond to the accusations that the exclusion of civil society from this COP is undermining its legitimacy and its capacity to achieve the things that it needs to achieve.
Thank you for the question. I think the first thing I would say is that I hope everyone appreciates that we are holding this COP in quite extraordinary and challenging circumstances. You know, during this year, there have been various calls for this COP to be postponed once again. I have always been very clear that we must proceed. We already postponed by 1 year. Climate change did not take time off during that year. And it has been very clear to me from the messages I've had from all countries, but particularly the climate vulnerable countries, that we must proceed with this in physical form. That is why we are now sitting here and having this discussion. And I think negotiators do appreciate the fact that they're able to sit face to face with other parties, the climate vulnerable countries able to sit across the table with the biggest emitters as well. Just in terms of registrations, I mean, I don't know whether UNFCCC is able to say, but I think we've had significant numbers of people registering as accredited delegates to this conference. I mean, really quite a significant number. And I think you can see the interest in terms of the number of people who are here physically. In terms of access to rooms, clearly we have had to restrict numbers in rooms, and people will appreciate the reason for that is the requirement for social distancing and ensuring that everyone is kept safe. I get this point about the NGOs, the observer groups wanting access. I think we have tried to accommodate that, but I will ask whether Chaya might want to say more, but I think it is very important that actually they have an opportunity to participate, to observe, and for them to feel that they are included in this process.
Thank you, President. And maybe just to add, we are holding this COP26 event in very unprecedented circumstances. So we have looked at ways in which to engage civil society, NGOs. As you've seen over time, we have looked at how to balance the parties that are in the room with civil society organizations. Just to give you some numbers, we've had almost 50,000 registered participants. We have badged in the last day or two almost 30,000 people. We have also focused on offering access to meetings through the digital platform. I realize that there have been some logistical challenges with access to the room and to the platform. Those are things that we continue to work on and appreciate the feedback that we've gotten. Thank you.